Welcome back. It is a scorcher out there today. Welcome from the lovely downtown Las Vegas, streaming central of our company. For those of you who have been enjoying our Once Upon a Time in Sanctuary series, it is fun to play Diablo 3 again. I just haven't had time to sit there and dedicate to playing Diablo 4 for all the new lore and everything out there. That will be coming in the future, probably at the end of the summer, probably. I don't know. Jobs, they suck. Alright, today we're talking about the announcement of Will It Trade, our software platform for buying and selling analysis. Clearly we have made some updates to the software, as you can see here, since the last time we did this, so we just want to go over that real quick. This will be the last time you actually see the software in this form. We're changing development languages. This particular software has some issues running on Firefox, has some issues running on iOS, where the messages will effectively lock up and the software stops working. The first big change is we are now on our own hosted private server, so go ahead and check us out over at beta.iova systems or iovasys.com. For this will be our home for software in the future. Right now it's just in a beta form as we get the email transferred over there. So this will, however, look like the software in the future. We're just stopping development using live code for, what is this, WebAssembly, I believe. There are some issues with the WebAssembler that we just can't get sorted. And it looks like it's a problem with the language side as they go through their next iteration. They do have a different way of just doing direct server-side applications, and that's what we'll be doing. So we're probably looking at now either a August, September, or October 29th release date for that. At that point, the software will be paid. We're probably looking at still between $1 to $3 a month, depending on a lot of factors that we haven't yet factored in, but for the time being, it's free. Alright, so looking over at the interface now, we have a left side of the screen with an About Us that does nothing, and a right side of the screen, with the USD being still the only fiat that we can base this against right now. That will change in the next version, but as of right now, it is not. One of the things that has changed is we don't have the pull-down menu anymore. We have switched over to this for ease in loading. The drop-down menu was having some known issues and holding up the interface. This screen can be resized. My desktop is a mess, so bear with us. Alright, so we've taken everything out of doing right, left, center mouse clicks on a singular button and split them into separate buttons to do various different things. So in this context, let's say we want to switch, say, Bitorium, because I still have love for you guys over there. So now we have selected Bitorium as the token that we're dealing with. Let's add the token type. I think I'm up to 5.8 million. And I know they've taken a huge hit in recent days. The market has dropped out. I suspect largely because people aren't buying so much anymore because it is now 1.8 million to run a node. And it's already past the final collateral update, plus the overall market trend for crypto lately has just been in the shitter. That said, this still pulls the data in the same way. If you wanted to buy calc, or the buy sell calc function was a one that if you said you knew you had a specific value, so let's say we have 0.2 of a Bitcoin, which is still a lot of money, we could buy sell at 0.025. Oh, whoops. Oh, right, this functionality is still, so this is one way only, so we'd have to do it in this way. I remember that. Oh. That is a bug. Okay, So clearly the buy-sell function calculation is still an issue. That'll get resolved probably in the next day or two when I get back to the code base, and I probably had noticed some code errors because, as you could tell, splitting them out into buttons, you basically have to rewrite the code, and for us we had to rewrite the code twice because this is what the app looks like on a website versus what it looks like on the desktop, which I think I still have a version of it. I do. So this is the desktop version, which still has the pull down menu here, right? Versus here. This is the same app, but these are different buttons. So as you can see, we have a test button over here that effectively get hidden. These are specific web app buttons, so they operate better, lower overhead, things like that. What you can still use our software for, however, is to say, do a one-to-one trade analysis. Let's not do that. Let's do 0.01. Alright. $302, and you could say, let's round up to 12. Oops. No. I think there's still a problem. Wow. You have really taken a shit. Alright, let's say 14 million. Dang. 18. Alright. So now that we know that we're in the close proximity, we can say that if we were going to buy BTC/BTRM, puts it in the format that you would be looking at on a trading platform. So this would be for a buy order, and you would have effectively lost $26.66, or if you were selling Bitorium for BTRM, you'd be making $26.66. So that functionality still works. What clearly is not working is the buy-sell calculation, which I have to take a closer look at. I think I remember why this wasn't working, and this has to do with the code being copied and pasted into a new function, which used to actually have this all in one handler. Now we've split it off to two because it's doing some extra things for formatting for the web, which I originally didn't do. As I may have related, this software was originally designed to be desktop, but because I don't want to deal with desktop distribution and the certificates from either the Apple Store or Microsoft's store, and or formatting it for Snap, which I think was the platform I was looking at for Linux, we had decided to make it all a web app, which had some interesting things. The other thing that I am also aware of is we cannot resize the app smaller, and what I mean by that is one of the things we were playing with is that if you resize this like so, the page would notice this and treat it like a cell phone and stack the left side under the right side and move the buttons appropriately. That function will have to be rewritten in the new software. As I have alluded to, there have been a lot of known errors, and I'm pretty sure that's what was related to this, is that I suspended this to try to deal with the iOS and Firefox functionality, and it looks like their implementation of WebKit with the web assembler for the language that I'm developing in, which is live code. So if you want to go over and then bitch at them for me, that would be awesome. I know that right now they are backlogged with their new Ziva product, which is their iOS, I'm sorry, not iOS, their AI-powered coder without coding system, which we have also purchased for reasons, and I believe that this was written under Live Code 10, which is still in development release, not its full function release. The point is that we tried solving this a lot of different ways for WebAssembly and just couldn't get it to run. That said, do keep abreast of this beta.iovassist.com. That is where all future releases of this software will come out until such a time that we are ready for public release, which will at the latest be October of this year. We have advanced hosting now, so this is quicker regardless of where you were, because we used to use... How about... Man, I just can't spell. I need caffeine. Yeah, I think this is where we had it originally hosted, and the problem with this server is that it has caching on a page-by-page basis, and it was taking forever to push through changes unilaterally, and well, as you can tell right now, it is also taking forever to load. So we moved most of our projects off NikoVash.com, and we will be in the future moving NikoVash.com over to a dedicated hosting like this, as well as we readdress our consignment sales, moving them off of eBay and the third-party platforms to our own centrally hosted platform. That probably won't happen until the end of the year. So for the time being, IOVA Assist for all of our software should be coming in no later than October 29th, because that is my birthday, and starting on my birthday I take 1 month off from pretty much everything, getting ready for the tax season, and we're basically going to be in the middle of annual elections and open enrollment for healthcare. And since that is my primary job, I will not be doing, or very unlikely be doing, any software development at that time unless there's some kind of critical data exposing error, which this doesn't really rely on. How our API calls are even encrypted, so we're pretty good there. So basically, come October, this software should be up and available in a commercial form. We're still looking at a $1 to $3 a month price tag, and it'll probably be, or I think it was $3 to $5 on the high end, and that would be, you know, if you wanted like a 1 month service, you just want to use it for a month, because a lot of people aren't aggressive traders, particularly those that are starting out. You do it for like a month or two, and then you just kind of go. So we wanted a system where if you wanted it for a whole year, you could buy it for a whole year. It would cost you $12 a year, and that's on a, build all at once for the whole year, or $3 to $5 a month for those looking at a month-to-month solution. Those prices are not set in stone, and they are apt to change depending on how many people wind up buying the software, utilizing it. If a lot of you are out there, if we can get 1 million people paying $1 per month, I'm happy. The prices won't change. But I suspect something more like only 100 of you out there will buy the software, which will definitely impact. I don't think it would cover the API costs, to be honest. Right now we're using the free APIs from CoinGecko and CoinCodex. That is going to change once we start making several hundred or 1,000 calls in a month, which will be dependent on how the software is used. I do want to shout out to everybody over on the Yearbus Discord channel for testing out the software and working with me, determining bugs and errors. Clearly there are a lot of you who are not using the buy-sell calc, because you would have told me about this bug a while ago, or at least I hope you would have. Okay, that one now works. But anyway, alright, go ahead if you guys have any more questions, concerns. I just wanted to make a little short video to tell you what the state of the program is, that we will be redeveloping it from scratch starting here in about 30 days to the new language, to make it work on all platforms, because that's ultimately our goal. We only want to release the software if it's releasable for everybody. Desktop, mobile, all operating systems will be supported by release time, particularly if it's iOS or Android. Those are the two most critical. So follow with us for more. Go ahead and check out our Once Upon a Time in Sanctuary. It's basically the full run of Diablo 3 from Act 1 to Act 5. I will also be doing kind of a follow-up for some of the content that's gotten released since seasons came out, like the Blood Moors and the Barbarians. Those are always fun things to kind of watch, so go ahead and follow us for epilogue episode coming in the next week or two. I will be busy and out of town for the next couple weeks, so that probably won't be anytime soon. But episodes 1 through 5 are up live, and I think in HD format, audio intact with the cutscenes. So go ahead and give that a check, and we will check back in with you in a couple of days because we know that Yerbus is having a collateral update. All right, people, have a good one, and I will see you all next time.